So I thought long and hard about whether or not I wanted to make a video about this particular topic today. I heard about the story through the Uber Hints channel and got mad enough about it that I recorded a video. I had it edited. It was going to go up, and then we find out that the school shooting is going on in Texas and that 10 are confirmed dead. More might be coming. And that's the kind of thing that will really make you pause, because this is already going to be a sensitive enough topic as it is, but to be discussing it on the day of a mass shooting seems especially sensitive, and I wondered whether or not I should even delay talking about it. But I've decided that we are going to discuss this topic despite the events of today, especially in light of the fact that people actually say quite frequently that if you're not going to talk about guns during gun violence, when you're going to talk about them. So what I've done is I have scrapped the other video. I'm re-recording it. We're going to do it a little bit more personally. A sponsorship that was going to be on this video today has been rescheduled for another day. And we're just going to be honest on a very sad day about whether or not Uber drivers should be carrying guns. Should they be allowed to have concealed firearms? Now, of course, this varies from state to state. But as I've mentioned on this channel before, Uber's policy is that you do not carry a firearm. You don't carry it even if it is a concealed carry permit that you have to carry that firearm. If you have a permit to have a concealed weapon on you, Uber still says, no, you've got to leave the gun at home. And once in a while, we have to bring this up because of situations that pop up, like in Wisconsin, where a guy picked up a passenger, and there was just something about him he didn't like. He didn't like the way he was talking on the phone. He didn't like the lack of interaction. And when they, wanted to make a few stops, which because of the uncomfortableness, the guy just said, I just got to take you to your destination for safety reasons. They get to the destination, and on the phone, the passenger in the back says, okay, let's do this. We got to do this now. And that's when the Uber driver decided to act in self-defense. He pulled out his firearm that he had in his glove compartment, showed it to the guy who was coming in, and said not to come any further. He had a firearm. And then he kicked the passenger in the back out and called the cops. The cops, through many years of experience, I want to add, told this guy what he did was, in fact, the right thing. From the sounds of it, they were going to carjack him, or they were going to use him as a getaway car, or something like that. They suspected a robbery of some sort, and they said he did the right thing. Well, of course, this is something you need to bring up to Uber. And so he brought up to Uber, and Uber responded by deactivating him, aka firing him. They felt that he had no right to defend his life on the Uber platform. And this offended me for so many reasons, because you know what? I was having lunch with one of my moderators on the site, Dark Road Run. Like, I actually finally got to meet him in person, and one of the things we were talking about is that jobs are supposed to pay better over time. And there's supposed to be more job security over time. And there's supposed to be more security in general over time. And Uber gets it backwards, because Uber pays less as the years have gone by, and it is a much less safe place. Why is the light going out? I don't know why the light's going out. I'm sorry, folks. And the job is a lot less safe than when it started. There is less security. You get paid less, there's less job security, and it's a more dangerous job. Like 5 years ago, it was the golden age. 3 years ago was the silver age. Now we're in the bronze age. And some would even argue we're in the golden raspberry age, where it's just a terrible, terrible job all around. And Uber's firearm policy used to be fairly shaky until these mass tragedies started becoming a bit more common. Then, in a commitment to safety, Uber put it in their TOS. You cannot have a firearm to defend yourself. And many people, myself included, said that is wrong. It is wrong because this is a very dangerous job. This is actually one of the most dangerous jobs you will ever encounter, because the passengers are not vetted. They can be anyone. And in fact, if you pick up like an Uber gift card, you can open an Uber account. You can put in like a sequence of random letters and numbers. You can call Uber on a disposable phone. Heck, you can call an Uber on a BlackBerry. Yes, there is an Uber version of Uber for the BlackBerry phone. I know it exists, but you could be picking up anyone. And this is not to assume every single person is dangerous. Most people, probably not. But there is the potential that every single person you pick up could be dangerous, especially when you pick them up in the drunk hours. I have been assaulted at least once in this job. It thankfully did not, hurt me in the long run. I made videos about it. And I have had times where people have come into my vehicle, strung out on drugs, like going like this the whole time. And you wonder what's going to happen. I remember picking up the drunk guy and he's like 2 feet away from his door. He asks me a question. I don't even remember what it was, to be honest. But I respond in the most polite way that says, I don't know, but I'm glad you care. And he started getting really mad. Like it seemed like I wasn't taking him seriously. And as he's getting mad, I have to contemplate whether or not I'm going to mace him or get out of the car or whatever. This is not a safe job. This is a very dangerous job. And if you do it for, like, say, for example, 70 hours a week or 50 hours or 40 hours, if you do it any length of full-time, even part-time, if you do it for 1 hour a week, you never know who you're going to run into. But if you do it 70 hours a week or 40, one of those time periods, you are in much bigger danger because you have a much greater chance of running across one of these creeps. And Uber says very plain in their TOS, you are not allowed to defend yourself. And I feel that is wrong. And, the shooting today did make this a tough thing to talk about because, there's been some debate whether or not we should be arming our teachers or not. And I don't know. I am under the belief that, yes, when someone is on the other end of a gun and they pull out a gun too, it can change the odds. I'm also partially of the belief that could always make it worse. I don't know if there's like a perfect solution to everything, but I am convinced of this. And I can clearly say this even on a day where the gun control topic is going to be brought up and people are going to be saying, enough, we need to get rid of these things. Guys, get a weapon and protect yourself. Even if it's not a firearm, get something. I personally do not have a firearm. I don't trust myself with one, to be perfectly honest. I won't tell you why, but I will not have one in the house. Like my personal opinion. It could change in a year. You never know. YouTube fame can do funny things to people. But if you drive for Uber, this is a very simple thing. You are putting yourself in danger. And Uber is not going to help you. In fact, when something happens, yes, you will get a call from Uber. But when they're calling and they're asking questions, they are not determining whether or not you are okay. They are determining how likely it is you are going to sue them. That is what they are checking on. And when it becomes apparent that you're not going to sue them, they stop helping. And if you get hurt, then Uber might settle. But they would also, because here's the thing, their TOS, it's funny, it contradicts. There is a clause in there that says the driver is responsible for their own safety. And yet, it is also in the terms of service, you cannot have a weapon on you. That seems evil to me. That is a very evil thing to do. And I cannot, in good conscience, endorse that. So, I know the tempers are flaring right now today. And everyone who's suffering in that mass shooting, I offer them my prayers, my thoughts. If they're fundraising, I will donate whatever I can to help the victims and the families. I am definitely concerned for them. But I'm also concerned for you because even though what is happening is a tragedy, the thing is Uber drivers are getting shot and attacked on a fairly regular basis. It's something Uber does not want to discuss. They have kind of sort of acknowledged it by putting the instant 911 call button on the driver app. But of course, the police can only get there so soon. And the thing with some of these people is if they feel threatened and they're stealing something from you, particularly your car, they might not hesitate to shoot you or kill you or whatever. That's just the way it is. So I must reiterate once more, and I will probably be making videos like these until I move on to something else and I'm no longer doing YouTube. I don't know. But protect yourself. You need to protect yourself. It's a dangerous world. And as we know, passengers can be fun. They can be interesting. It can be a fun job to do, which is why a lot of people do it, even though they get paid terribly. But it is also dangerous and very stressful and life-threatening. Every time you go out there, it's almost like being a cop. You don't know if you're going to come back. So protect yourself, please. I know we don't want to think about it. We want to think about getting rid of the guns is the right thing right now. And it doesn't even have to be a gun. Just do something to protect yourself. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it. Comment below, but please keep the comments respectful. This is not about gun control. This is about how you can best effectively protect yourself as an Uber and Lyft driver. And have a good day. For anyone in Texas who's affected by this massacre, my thoughts and prayers are with you.